Alright, I'm back, and I did take a little bit of time before getting back just to kind of get caught up on the chat. A lot of you guys make some good points. I see a lot of you actually suggesting I bring onto the team good old Steady, the Slowpoke. Either a Slowpoke or a Slowking, and there's a reason I like that, which I'll get to in a moment, but between Steady, Monoxide, and Jimbo. Not a lot of you were thinking that Henrietta would work out alright, which is fine. And yeah, not really a lot of other options. I have my reservations about using Steady, so I've used a lot of Slowking and Slowbro. That would be my 4th one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And that's a lot, so I don't know. It's a good option, though. I like having 2 water types, okay? It's like probably my favorite type to use in-game, just because it has just 2 weaknesses, and you can usually see them coming from a mile away. So that's kind of nice. And I do have 2 psychic types already, but again, I don't know. It's an option. Having extra stuff to use could work out fairly well, but I don't know. I don't think we're gonna go with that. I don't think we're gonna go with anyone else, to be honest, for now. I wouldn't mind seeing if we could get Dugong. That's not a bad option either. Just again, I want an ice type, okay? I think that'd be good. Wait, I don't want you. So I'm gonna take Obsidian along for right now, so you can get at least a little bit of happiness here. Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna do something else. I was thinking about this during the break as well, and gosh darn it, between the 2 streams that I've done, you know, this one and Animal Crossing earlier in the day, 42.3 thousand bits. Hello. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Bam. We'll have an extra bonus hour at 8 p.m. Central Time. So I'll have 1 hour of break to kind of go get some food. But I will have a super bonus hour. Haven't done that yet this whole Nuzlocke, but this is definitely the record. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be great. It'll be glorious. Oh, I don't want to give you the experience share. That's right. Gotta wait. So yeah, we'll do that. It's awesome. Of course, feel free to toss more bits my way, but I figure, you know what, we'll do that. I don't mind streaming for such a long time. You guys are just blowing me away that I feel like I totally should do something to say thanks for that. So that's what I can do for you. Anyway, there's also gonna be a lot of training, so yeah. Now the question is where to train. I probably should have looked that up beforehand. I guess I'll try against those Weepin' Bell, right? They seem like they were okay. Alright, let's see. More water. Oh man. Alright, let's go. Wait, why am I here? I don't want to go this way. Wrong way. Gosh darn it. Oh, Flappy though. Okay, so we're gonna totally be shiny hunting now, right? Oh, I need a heal too. That's the other thing I need to do. That's what I need to do. The only thing about that extra bonus hour is the bits might reset and thinking about it, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But just so that's a thing. Alright, Chica Tiger saying, look up Rattata/Patrat/Bidoof. If your choice only running, you'll find it on YouTube. Yeah, reading about, like, soloing stuff with any of those derps. I actually tried that back in 2010, I think it was. Or maybe even 2009, to be honest. Actually, I think it was 2009. Shoot. So, yeah, I did that way back when I was still recording with a camera, but I tried to do that with a B-barrel in a low level challenge too, where I had to like could only fight forced encounters, essentially, other than at the very beginning of the game. So that was really interesting to do, I tell ya. I'll just say that, because, like, oh man, some of those fights are just insane. You have to get so lucky with stuff. Now, another interesting twist with that, I did say B-Barrel. I didn't do Bidoof only, because I wanted it 100%, or at least 99% solo. 99%. That includes HM moves, okay? In a lot of those challenges, you know, they allow some kind of HM moves, but not in this. In this challenge I did, I had to have every HM move on the Pokemon as well, so it was really nuts. Oh, there's a Tangela. Jeez, I could have used you a little bit ago. Man. Actually, this probably isn't the best place to be training Sahara, is it? Well, let's just see what happens. Yeah, Absorb. That's not gonna do very much. Nope, no problem. Tangela is such a weird-looking Pokemon. I don't know what they were thinking when they decided to make it. It's like, oh, okay, let's have a whole bunch of tangled vines or something. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's do that. Okay, sure. I mean, that's basically what it feels like. Alright, while I'm training here, I need to look up some better training spots, because that's the problem. There's not really a lot of good training spots in this game. It's pretty bad. So, we just gotta find some places that would be good. Let's see, so where is this? Route 43? 40-something? Yeah, Route 44. Okay, what can be found here? Fine, Weepin' Bell, 35% of the time. Tangela, 30% of the time. That actually doesn't sound bad for experience and thinking about it. And Lickitung, 15% of the time. Those all sound decent, actually. If I could just find those, that'd be kind of nice. Okay, let's see. I gotta pay attention. How much does this give? That's what I'd like to know. That's 545. That's actually great. Is Tentacooler what, like 280-ish? Actually varies a lot, because they have a very different, or very wide level range. I wonder if there's any options for fishing as well. I don't think so. I only have the Good Rod, but something else to consider. Either way, this seems fine for anything that can one-hit KO these Tangela. Oh, Weepin' Bell, right. Let's see how much these give. Well, let's go ahead and put Fire Punch on top. Actually, Ice Punch will work well here, too. Yay! Lola leveled up. Doo-doo-doo. Alright, let's see. Alright, I don't know actually how to untime out someone. I feel a little bad about that. Joke got a little, not terrible, but just it was a little, it was fine enough. But, to see on that. Oh, Lickitung, that's right, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. Let's go ahead and take this out. Actually, either of these work. Okay, well, it didn't want to KO it. That's rather unfortunate. Wow, it didn't really do anything to it. Jeez. It's just Thunder Punch. It's the same power, basically. Okay. I don't even know if it's worth it to 3-hit KO these things for 471. I'm gonna just say no. If I see a Lickitung, that's not worth it. Not even worth it. Oh, there we go. I did figure out how to untime out. Yay! Sorry about that. Frostigar 481. But do try to keep things a little bit appropriate. That was like borderline. It was borderline. Okay. So... yeah, we got a lot of training to do. At least this spot seems to go reasonably fast. Not like lightning fast, but, you know, reasonably fast. Which is good. Alright. Probably fine doing this. Spicy Charizard asking, what are your thoughts on Undertale on the PS4 and Vita? I'm actually glad they're releasing it for them. It's good to see it come to another system. But I hope, I was thinking about this today, I really, really hope that they release hard mode on that. I mean, there is that kind of teaser hard mode. But man, I'd love to play like a super challenging Undertale pacifist run. That'd be awesome. I'm definitely gonna get it for my Vita. Just to be able to play it portable would be great. Although, I am gonna wait to see like if anything major has changed. Because again, like hard mode and maybe other optional features, yeah, that would be it, but I don't want to get it day one just because... because I can play it anytime I want on my PC. It's probably going to be 20 bucks. Knowing my luck, but it's fine. I don't have a PS4 either. Not that it matters, because it is on the Vita, but it'd be nice that I could use the cross-play with that. Cross-buy, or whatever it is. Oh, my neck. Been streaming so much recently, it's just crazy. Really cool, though. Hopefully you guys are liking all the streams. I see so much hype all the time, which is always good. And I have to say, you know, just so it's very clear, you guys make these Nuzlockes so much fun. Like, seriously. I actually really enjoyed both the Blue Nuzlocke and the Gold Nuzlocke. It's a lot of fun. You guys in the chat really make it actually quite enjoyable, I have to say. It's a good community. And hopefully if you're watching on YouTube, you kind of get a slice of it as well. But I know a lot of you are still watching on YouTube and enjoying it. And what I like about it being on YouTube, okay? It's super easy to stick to the schedule. Well, other than that snafu the other day where I released 2 episodes at the same time because I kind of misscheduled, like, I was changing it and I was looking at my calendar. You should see my calendar. Oh my gosh. I feel like I should put it on the screen for a moment just to give you an idea of what it's all about. But wow. It is, it's something. Let's see. I think I have anything personal on there. Oh, I do. Well, it's fine. I don't really care if you see it. So, let's see. Show that in a moment here. Can I just drag it onto the screen? Would that work? Okay, here's a look at the Marriland schedule as of right now. Hey! Look at all that stuff. That's so much. That's actually for, like, next week, but it gives you an idea of what the Sleep Versus schedule will be. And that game night with Team Canada, that's me playing with some friends. So that's where I schedule in my time with friends, right? That's a lot of stuff. Oh, man. Just so you have an idea of what's all involved with that. But, yeah. Yeah, Game Night with Team Canada, that's just me playing with friends. Like I said, sharing that with them. Oh, man. Alright, so yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Whew, man. Now, thankfully, you look at that and you're like, oh my gosh, that is just a mountain of work and things, or a mountain of videos. But here's the nice thing about it, okay? Here's the nice thing. The editing on those videos is so minimal. And I know that there's a difference when watching on YouTube, like as opposed to some of my other more produced series. And just so you know, I am working on the preparations for another, like, more polished series, so to speak. I don't know when it'll be done, but I am working on that in the background. But for right now, what's so great about this whole thing is it takes very, very little for me to get these videos up for you on a consistent basis. You'll always have something to watch. And even though it's a stream archive, what I've found is it's still, at its core, the Nuzlockes that you want to see, right? I mean, well, in this case, or Animal Crossing, which is kind of fun, or whatever else. Like, it's still the Marriland videos you want to see. Is it chopped up the way that, you know, maybe in a perfect world I'd like? No. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm so much happier doing all this. Like, it's just a blink of an eye. I don't have to think, oh, great, someone died. Now it's going to be like 2 hours of editing up all this fan art and like all the back, like scenes and stuff that they were in, because that takes a lot of work. And then I have to train things up again and all that. And like with this, if things die, well, okay, we're all training together. That's what it boils down to. I don't have to think, oh, you know, gonna be out this time. It's like, well, okay, we just hang out then and we get through it. Like right now, this isn't a sped up montage. Nope, it isn't. This is real. This is real time. And I know a lot of you won't like that on YouTube, but that's totally fine. You know, you can see hopefully in the title that it is like training. I do at least try to say that if it's very, very training-y. And this is probably going to be pretty training-y, because we got a lot of levels to go. But, point is, it's like, okay, I can do this. I know I'll release these videos. You won't have to worry about it. And it's just kind of relaxing to have on the background. So maybe it's not perfect, but it's so much less stressful for me. You know, I know we've been talking about YouTube's ad revenue and stuff, just been way down. And anyway, you look at it, that's what enables me to do this on a regular basis, as opposed to go out and take on a more traditional job where I'll be burnt out by the end of the day. I'm super grateful for that. Like, I can't stress that enough. You guys make this possible. But, like, it's just really cool to be able to do this and to see how streams have become really enjoyable. And a lot less stress on me, too. Which is definitely a good thing. Trust me, you guys should really love having a less stressed Marriland, because it makes everything much, much smoother, right? You don't like me when I'm all salty and angry, right? No one likes that. And I sometimes get like that. I'm sure you've seen in some of my Nuzlocke or Wedlock series, like, there's a moment that just happens throughout the series where you can usually tell, oh man, he was reading the comments again, or whatever the situation is. It's like, yeah, there's those times I lose my motivation. Something just riles me up, and it just is like, oh man, now it's a chore. And now I put in all this work for it, and it's still a chore. Whereas with streams, it's like, well, okay, whether or not it's, you know, a bunch of people in the comments saying, oh, no one's dying, or it's so boring. It's like, well, okay, it's fine. You know, I'm playing every Wednesday and Saturday, whether someone dies or not. I mean, it's totally fine. So, yeah, I just like that perspective, I guess, that I get from streaming, as opposed to just doing things on YouTube. And I'm really wanting to rethink my whole approach for YouTube. I don't want to do any more blind series on YouTube. I don't like that. I think that's been a mistake lately. I want to do more in the way of, like, walkthroughs and series that will stand the test of time, as opposed to just for that instance, or just to capture my reaction to something, because helping people is how I started, and I feel like Irwin Juggler is how I will end. No, Irwin Juggler, let's not do that. Oh, man. But yeah, I really do like that it's, a lot of fun to stream on Twitch nowadays, and it's worthwhile, too. That's the thing I felt bad about, like, in the past, too. Like, I never wanted to have, you know, donations or tips. I know in a lot of ways tiers are essentially kind of like those. I mean, realistically, let's be real here. But they're very different in the sense that, like, Twitch's policy really makes it so they're not for anyone specific. Like, someone doesn't really get specific benefits for cheering. It's something that benefits the whole stream. I mean, you know, shoutouts are fine, and, you know, like, mentioning and freaking out, like, that's all cool. That's to be expected. The extra hour, you know, that's something that benefits everyone, but it's not like, oh, okay, do this, and then I'll trade you a Pokemon. Whereas with donations, or, tips, as they should be called, realistically, because it's not donations, there's tax reasons for that. But, you know, there's more of an expectation of, hey, I want this in return. And I like not having to worry about that. And seeing just, geez, people are generous as is. It's so nice. I mean, it's so much. Like, I can't believe it. Like, okay, so we are doing the bonus hour. I think I talked about that. I like that idea. We're definitely doing that. But, like, you know, I feel like that's just something I can do to say, wow, you guys blow me away. And it's just amazing. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I went off on like 3 different tangents at once, which wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. I'm known for doing that every now and then. But, yeah. Anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for, you know, making this awesome on Twitch. Like, I just keep seeing more and more people show up to the streams, which is great. I keep seeing more and more people subscribing, too. That's the thing that blows my mind. It's just, like, launched into orbit this past month. And it's, like, I'm really trying to process it all, which is really cool. But overwhelming at the same time, too. Oh, look at that, Razor. Nice job. Big Clingy saying, tangents are fun while training. And Artemis saying, that's fine, the tangents keep the streams interesting. Yeah, tangents are fine, but like when you're going on 3 of them at the same time, like 3 different ones, and they're going like, woo! Like, yeah, no. 1 tangent at a time. Maybe 2. Maybe. Anyway, I guess, like, in the past, you know, maybe I just wasn't, you know, taking the right approach with streams. I feel like this year's streams have been so much nicer and more community-oriented. I think in the past, let's take my old Animal Crossing streams, or my old Wonder Trade Wednesday streams, or whatever else. I wasn't as interactive with the chat. This is actually something, like a personal story I want to share with you about YouTube versus Twitch, and my whole production philosophy, I guess, because I've had to adjust it as I've done more with Twitch, and kind of seeing, okay, well, what makes this work? So, in a lot of my older streams, one thing I really didn't want to do is take away from the immersion in the certain video. I didn't want to have the stream seem like a stream. I wanted to record and share my video as I was recording it, if that makes sense. Let's take Animal Crossing back in Benchton. If you're not familiar with that series, I did stream Animal Crossing way back on a separate game. It was like, what, 2014, I think? 2014 and 2015. And I had a lot of fun with that. It's on my second channel. I don't use that second channel anymore. Although, I might upload there. We'll have to see. If, because I'll probably upload 1 video. Letting people know about that. And also letting people get the updated Dream Suite address for Benchton. Planning on that probably in August. But needless to say, on that channel I had an Animal Crossing series, and I did streams of like random games, like Secret of the Stars, or Tecmo Secret of the Stars, and, what else? I had Minecraft on there. I can never stick with the Minecraft series. I feel so bad about that. Oh man, Dragon Warrior Monsters 2. I love that game so much. But again, that's on my second channel, which, again, I don't use. It's just an archive. I didn't want to have to upload old stuff to this main channel now. And it was a different time, by the way. That's why that second channel was there. But back in those days, when I was making streams, I was also thinking, I'm making episodes. I want it to be immersive. I want it to be kind of separated from the chat, so I wasn't like calling out people by their usernames. You'll notice through the past year or so, well, this year, let's say, 2017, in streams, I've made a very good point to try to make it as seamless as possible. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you're not looking at the chat. It's not there. I don't have it. I don't record the chat along with it, because that can just be a little chaotic. However, mind you, if you want to see the chat, you can watch it on Twitch as the past archives, or as highlights. I'll try to highlight each of the episodes, or each of the streams. And that can be fun. But, let's say you're watching it on YouTube. You don't see the chat. So, what I've been doing is, I've been trying to read people's messages and include their username along with it. And that way, instead of just, oh yeah, I agree, where there's no context, there's no immersion between what I'm saying and what you're hearing, it's kind of like, now I've just embraced it. But that's taken a lot for me, because here I am now, with a bunch of people watching me live, and let's also face it, there's also kind of a problem where I think this was one of my fears early on, where people wanted to just ask questions or just have me notice them. You'll find I don't like to just reply to everyone saying hello, or hi Marriland, what's up? I really don't like to do that, and it's nothing personal. It's nothing against you. I love reading those comments. Okay, that's totally fine. Like, they do make me smile. I'm very unlikely to actually address them, though. And it's not because I don't like you, and it's not because I hate you, or anything like that. It's not because I'm ignoring you. It's just because there's a lot of them. And then there's that immersion where, you know, it's like, oh, hey, and then the whole chat is, or the whole stream is just me saying that. Saying hi to everyone. And I know I do that with bits, and I know I do that with subscriptions. They're what keep me going on Twitch. Any way you look at it, like on YouTube there's ads. On Twitch, it's your audience. They're your bread and butter. They're the ones who are helping, so they're kind of my ads, any way you look at it. And it's really cool that they do that. So that's why I feel, you know, even if it breaks that immersion a little bit, I feel like I should do that. But beyond that, okay, just chatting with people and reading their comments and stuff. Back then, I didn't want to have to say their name in case, you know, they were just looking for that attention. And even now, I don't really like that, to be honest. Like, if you ask question after question after question after question, there's a lot of people that also want to actually have a conversation rather than just, you know, hey Marriland, I want to ask you everything about your life. No, I mean, it's a conversation, that's what we're having. But it was just a lot different back then because I felt like I couldn't even get the chat involved. I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be more of a complete episode. Whereas now, I'm embracing it. It's like, you know what, on YouTube, if you don't want to hear me interact with the chat, that's how it is. This is a different type of stream. It's different than, well, a different type of video, really. Because back when I started doing streams, it just wasn't, oh, this is gonna stink. It just wasn't really what I wanted to do. I wanted it to be more detached and less interactive, I guess. And in hindsight, I don't think that really was right. I think it's totally fine. And I think a lot of it was worrying how it would carry over onto YouTube. where I was thinking people watching on YouTube just wouldn't like that. It just takes away from the experience. And true story, it does. I won't deny it. It definitely does take away a little bit of the experience. Because, you know, rather than just talking about what's on the screen here, I'm talking about pizza hats and stuff like that. Now, I do that in my episodes anyway, but just like what people have to say, you know, we get funny things like that, and I try to fill you in on it, but I don't know, this is interesting. Hopefully I'm not boring you with this whole discussion. I'm looking for something to talk about while training, and figure since, as you've noticed, I've done a lot of streams lately. Like, okay, here's a great example. Gino412 saying, press M for the love of Marriland, and I see everyone in the chat typing M, which is just making me hungry for M&Ms for some reason. Oh man, it's pretty entertaining. But yeah, I just kinda, I like that. It's definitely been interesting though, getting used to that whole transition over to streaming and seeing how different it is. And I know it's different, but I'm not at all just ditching making videos entirely. Or like, actually making videos. Because this is way different. This takes a lot of work. The layout is super cool. That's like the best thing. Maybe at some point in the future, this is what I'd love to do at some point in the future. I'd love to refine this script so it's something that you could tie into your Twitch account and you could actually have a layout generated for you and stream along. And that'd be really neat. Like, I can't do that right now. My script isn't public. I do apologize. But in the future, that is something I wouldn't mind doing for anyone who wants to stream along. But I'm not there yet. I'm not a professional programmer, to be honest. But even not being a professional programmer, just doing this is kind of what has helped these streams be so neat. Because having the layout was what made my Nuzlockes on my channel kind of nice, you know? And with this, it works. I mean, there, see? I updated the level. It was one click. I didn't have to make a second title thing. Like, my gosh, the process of updating the sidebars and the levels and things like that, it took a long time to do that. Now, that's just a part of editing, okay? That's just part of it. But it does take a while. That's why having, like, an automated system, or at least semi-automated, it's not fully automated, it's not actually reading it from the screen. I have, like, a little control panel thing that has all their names and all their species and the levels and stuff, and it updates it. And I have to type that up every single time I stream, or, like, copy and paste it and stuff. So it's a bit of a pain right now. Like, I can refine it. But it's something that I would love to do. Oh my gosh, Zach the Poning with a great idea for a title. Oh, someone else already suggested it though. Oh no, I don't know who it is then. But saying, definitely need to name this episode Tangents and Tangela. That's such a great name for it. I definitely feel I should name it that. I'll try to write that down. Oh my gosh. Tangela and Tangents. I like Tangents and Tangela. I think that sounds just a little bit cleaner. It rolls off the tongue better. Although I say Tangela, not Tangela. I guess if it were Tangela and Tangents, that'd be probably better, but... Huh. Gotta remember that. Where am I gonna write that down? I should write that down where I'm writing down the Sleep Versus titles. I need some suggestions, by the way. Definitely need that. Oh, Spooky Venom came up with that earlier. Cool. Well, I think we'll go with that. I'll write it down. Alright, let's see. This would be episode 30? I think so. Let's see. Gold Nuzlocke Part 30. Tangents and Tangela. Alright, cool. I'll just kind of have that up there. Well, I should probably take a break really quick. Did we hit that bonus hour? You bet we hit that bonus hour. So, that's good. We'll do some more training. Gotta get ready for Clair. we're getting some progress there. I want to get everyone up to probably 37 or maybe 38. She's pretty scary. Probably 38, just to be safe. Okay, anyway, I will see you guys in just a bit. Oh yeah.